Speaking to Canvey Island manager Brad Wellmen following our 1-0 defeat against Tonbridge Angels. Brad, the long undefeated run has come to an end. What did you make of that performance?
Yeah, listen, we always knew it was going to come to an end, and up against a team 2 divisions above us. I felt at times we were the better team. To be fair, thought the first half we started well, got on top of them, created 1 or 2 chances. Second half we come out, I think we're still in the dressing room. To be fair, first 20 minutes, the wind was horrendous, but we're playing against the wind. But we're not going to use that as an excuse because we're good at playing football, and for the first 20 minutes we just looked like we were scared. They pressed us high, couldn't get out on goal kicks, we was making our own mistakes, but then all of a sudden, they nicked a goal from an error on our part, and then 20 minutes into the second half, all of a sudden we discovered that, hang on a minute, we can play with these boys. And I thought at times some of the football we played to get in was good. I think we worked their keeper a lot harder than they worked our keeper. So I think overall, yeah, disappointed with the result, but really pleased with the fact that we showed we can go with a team that's 2 divisions above us and hold our own, and was unlucky not to take it to penalties really in the last couple of minutes.
In the first half, where we had the wind in our advantage, do you think we had enough, or we made enough of that? I know in the second half they certainly pulled the trigger from a bit more distance and forced Bobby Mason into a few saves. Do you think that was maybe something that we could have done a little bit more of?
I think we could have done, yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, that wind was howling, and I think sometimes we tried to go to get our pace in behind them. We tried to go early from deeper areas, which was not the right moment because the ball was running off the pitch, etc. We only let fly from distance once or twice, but we've not really done that much this year anyway. We try and work the ball in and around the box, and I think that we tried to do that, and we could have done a little bit better with taking pot shots from distance. Probably similar to last year against Cray, we hit shots from distance and capitalised. But yeah, we definitely needed to do a little bit more. But we was happy the way we come in, and we was confident that going against the wind, we might be able to create a little bit more. But I think whilst we created a little bit more, they certainly put us under pressure, getting on top of us first 20 minutes, so it was tough.
As you say, once they scored, it felt as though we did improve. Do you feel that was maybe a byproduct of us maybe having one eye on, are we going to take this to penalties? And then, of course, once they score, we've got no option but to go forward and be a little bit more confident in attack. And it felt as though maybe conceding took a bit of a weight off their shoulders.
Yeah, I think that the character we've got in the team, we've got goals in our team. I mean, I think that's probably the first game this year we've not scored in. But I think that I think we just self-discovered that we had to go and have a go. We had to try and play with confidence, but we managed to figure it out the back. And is it a case of look at their run of form? They've not been winning games, so then they go one up. Do they now drop off us a little bit and give us that space? Whatever it was, if it was them dropping off, if it was us going with confidence, we took control of the game, and we opened him up a lot more. It looks susceptible to the counter attack, but you couldn't do that when you're chasing the game. You're 1-0 down in the second round of the FA Trophy, so we want to go and get a result. And I thought we deserved something out of the game. If you're truthful, I don't know if we deserved to win it, but we certainly were the team that's pushing at the end. And like I said earlier, their keepers made 2 unbelievable saves right at the death. But I'm pleased with the boys, the way we figured it out, and we've refocused now and go out to the league next week.
And you mentioned the saves at the end by Jonathan Henley. The one in particular, the ball across from Evans into Connor Hubble's feet, does brilliantly to put the defender down, has the goal at his mercy, and unfortunately just placed his shot a little bit too close to the keeper, who did pull off a tremendous save, but potentially could have given him no chance.
Yeah, I think, listen, if you want someone in that position with that calmness, I mean, the way Evans has done great in the wide area, and I think that we could have done with getting him in them areas a little bit more today. We've released Connor into the box, and it's an unbelievable touch, sat the defender down, done everything right. And I think that even with the keeper coming out, he's tried to go a little bit higher. And I think that whilst he should score, I think for everyone that's in the ground, the keeper's made an unbelievable save. I mean, he's on the ground and he's got his hand high and managed to keep it out. So, I'm going to give a bit of credit to the keeper there and think it's a great save. But yeah, you'd want him to score. But then straight after, Chatting's had one that he's whipped in with a little bit of wind at Sissy that he's tipped round the post. So we was definitely pushing, but just not our day today.
You took Matthew Price off at half-time, replacing him with Ben Ford. What was the reason for that?
Yeah, listen, it's been a tough week. We've had 2 or 3 injuries we're worried about. You know, we've got Jamie Salmon and Girdlestone, Mackenzie. You know, they're going down injured. Sampaio. And then during the week, Finners and Matt Price have been sick. Probably to the extent where last night at 9 o'clock they weren't going to play today. They've woke up this morning. Finners felt better. Pricey was didn't know it was touch and go till he got to the game. Same for Harrison Chatting. He woke up this morning. He was sick. He didn't think he'd get through it. But Pricey was done. He said to me, you know, let me give you what I can. And he worked hard in the first half for us, and I think he gave us everything he could. But we got in at half time. He said 5 minutes before half time. He just couldn't do no more. And you know, fair play to Pricey getting out of his sort of sick bed to come and give us a go. But listen, it gives opportunity to Ben Ford, who I thought come in and done okay. You know, he grew into the game, which was good. But you know, fair play to Pricey for giving us a shot. There was nothing more than he had nothing left in his tank. I mean, he looked like a ghost in the change room, and you know, it's what it was.
And finally, the games don't get any easier. Next Saturday we host Dereham Town here, who are doing well, 1-3-0 against another team that will be looking at with one eye on the league title. How important is it that we put this first defeat in a long while behind us and try and get back onto things again in what will be a very tough game?
Yeah, it's important. You know, I mean, like we said, our bread and butter is going after the league this year, trying to get promotion. We've got a few injuries that should be back for next week. We've got potentially one new boy we're going to bring in, which will shore us up a little bit. Obviously, hopefully Pricey and Finners and Harrison Chatting will get over that sickness. So I think going into next week's game we'll be in a lot stronger position than we were going into this game. So I think that, you know, our goals as a team are not to lose 2 on a spin. So we're back in that situation we was once before earlier in the season. So I'm confident the boys have got enough in the tank. You know, I think that we've got nothing midweek, so we've got 2 good training sessions to get behind us, get us back where we want to be, get our confidence back up, get that attitude right. And you know, when we show up here next Saturday against Dereham, listen, there's going to be another big crowd here again. You know, their noise was again good today. That crowd will be here again, and that lifts the boys. That lifts the boys. So I think that, you know, Dereham are going to look at us and probably think, you know, watch videos of us and see what we're good at, and we're going to make sure that next week we are as good as we can be to get this back on track. 6 points, well, 3 points clear now. I think we've got a game in hand on them. Still got to play them next week. You know, we want to push that gap as big as we can. So we'll be right up for that game, and we'll be ready to go.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it, mate.